You're going to realize it one day. That happiness was never about your job or your degree or being in a relationship.
Hey, so I just wanted to come on, and I wrote a piece, but I'm struggling to understand if it conveys in the way I want to explain, and sign out if you feel like it's just boggling your mind, because I'm in two minds whether to place it up, but I'm going to place it up anyway and go against that self-doubt. And the reality is, you will tell me. And it's how in life I've had to navigate and understand and take the good from the bad in order to find balance within myself. Because if you spend too much in the bad, then you end up like Harry, and there's so many. It's about spare, this word placed out there, this word where it's been placed in such a negative light, but there are so many feelings, there are so many connections to this word in what it could mean, but it's how you use it and it's how you interpret. And yes, it would have affected him over time, but when you in comparison it to different people and different stories in their lives, you understand it in a different way, because a word and that feeling can mean, like, I'm confusing myself, but I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna tell you what I've wrote, and you decide. You tell me, T, it's too much. You're rambling on. It's too much rhyme. My head is boggled. I can't gauge what you're trying to say. So yeah, there you go. Obviously, non-expert, non-journalist, just a person of people, works 9 till 5, looks across the world before me, this devastating event in the royal family, feel that pain that they go through, watch a prince of before, in how I can't understand how he can't take the good out the bad, but each to their own, but I'm going to speak to it anyway. Spare. 5 letters taken from an alphabet, the first foundation to form a word. A word that was used to understand, to grab a feeling, to present an object. This word being discovered and placed out in ye old English language. One back in time to navigate the line of succession, to explain to all how 2 boys, 2 sons will be placed in order. For whichever was born first, that would be their fate, and the second son theirs also. And not for being less important, for when this started, the daughter wasn't even thought of. She never had a shot. At no time would she be allowed to step up in this line, for times were different back then when this word was set out, for it was simply to garner and gather, order and direct the people, for this word is only used in interest but also in protection, to make sure should something happen to the one, the other one will be next to step up, but back up. To protect this reign, this tradition set out for this family name, for all born under that reign, to make sure to protect all future reigns, for it will all stay under that family name. Isn't this the reason? Wasn't this why? To make sure no uncle stepped in to grab the light, or Megs even the mic and say this is my line and my time to shine. That word to give stable and create enable it together and keep longevity. That was until, of course, Harry and Meghan prepared to take these 5 letters and use them to garner sympathy in their favour, to take and create a negative feeling, basking with all looking on, in which no doubt Harry may have felt at times in his lifetime, this burden of being the second son. But is this no different to being the middle child in a family of 5? The one who don't get priority for the firstborn will always carry more pressure, more structure and a feeling of importance, for they too will have the bigger bedroom, for a pecking order is not so rare in most homes. For how do you maintain order? How can you explain a reason why? For structure is a need for all to feel peace. But what if we took away that order? What if the second one was prioritised and given the bigger bedroom and more food on the plate, even though their younger new sibling can't stomach as much as they are too small to digest? Where would that leave the first one, who has now lost the bedroom they have always had, for their needs no longer matter, and hungry you shall be, for we now have moved on from you with a new baby? That would not be fair either. Then if we can strip it back further, let's say a movie like My Sister's Keeper, and how this is a sad reality that is based on a true story that people face. The second one is born simply to save the first one already in place. A tough call to make and a hard life to be born in and blow to be dealt. A bigger blow for the one battling this alone, who has to rely on a get out, a safe from this newborn into place. So let's flip that, for words can create different stories and feelings, but the backup, the spare to protect a family name, all of a sudden don't seem so sad. However, I should imagine a nice feeling to celebrate the hero in that story you become, for your role is important to them just like theirs to yours. Here is the thing about words. I've just spoke so many to you, and each word can carry a meaning and action and direction. They can give order, and not all are perfect, but when you think about that feeling that you can take, that good v bad, the one I now navigate, to spare just to be there for when the other leaves. No love or care. Was this the true reality? Or a spare to add to your family, to carry that honour and protect? To keep this name and reign all in the same place, for your role was just important as theirs. And here is the thing. Many get placed into a line of order. Many don't like the life they were chosen for. Actions and behaviours that others do will often impact you. And it's about how you navigate through. For me, it's seeing the good and the bad in all I have access to. For I had to, in order to simply get through. To strike balance in myself and all around. To see beyond every action and behaviour. To pick apart the words they speak, as people speak them so freely. And I know this, for others' actions impacted me. But do I want my actions to impact another? And I have watched you take 5 letters, 1 word, and sell it to the world in this pop-up shop event. A negative feed of inconsistency as you drain those 5 letters for all that was bad. But there are many reasons and feelings that you can take from it. But reality is the positive ones you thought would not get you seen by the world, when actually, from where I'm sitting, the positive feelings and realities explored would have gave you order and control. For people need that stable and able, that order to navigate the emotions that come with these words, to give them a place and identity. But you decided to sell to the world that you were second in a race. That's the angle and creation you narrated. 5 letters to try and make you famous, to deny the realities, and without balance, your decisions, actions and behaviours did affect another. And more, in fact. For rather than taking the positive side of a 3-legged race, you place yourself second best in a one-on-one competitive race. You never took that baton in a team relay. You instead spoke out on them in hate on replay, which in doing so, those 5 letters left you the real spare, the non-deserving second son in a story. That's the feeling I now see when I see the word placed over you, along with Duke and Duchess, for it seems also you don't mind being the important one in your own story, and for people to be beneath you as you try and stake a claim of victory. So there it is, my exploration of the word spare. These 5 letters, now they create a word, a feeling, but also they line so many stories in many homes and not just Harry's. And yeah, so tell me what you think, guys.